Good afternoon, everybody. I've heard a lot at the moment about people going on climate strikes and climate change and real action on climate change, and the government should do something. Well, I'm here to say no. It is not the government's job to do something about climate change. It is my responsibility and it is your responsibility to do something about climate change. And this is real action on climate change. Using your clothesline instead of a dryer. Oh, I won't point to the dryer. Well, I will point to the dryer. Instead of the dryer. Putting your clothes on the line. And if you don't have a clothesline, you can use an airer. Or if you've got delicate items that can't go out in the sun, use a clothes airer. You don't need a huge amount of space for a clothes airer. You can always put it up in your lounge room if you've got no other space. Now, does it look pretty? Not necessarily. But real action on climate change, doing your part to stop climate change, is going to be inconvenient. It's going to make life a little bit more difficult. But this is going to save electricity. This is using the solar power to dry my clothes. It's using the wind. It's using energy efficiently. Yes, it's more time consuming. Yes, it takes some more effort. Yes, if you work during the day, it makes it a little bit more difficult and you've got to be a little bit more organised. And it might mean making sure you get your washing done on the weekends. It's a bit of a challenge. But what else is on this clothesline that is real action in climate change, against climate change? I can see something over there. It's a handkerchief. Using handkerchiefs instead of tissues. Now, it might not seem like a big thing, but I personally get a very runny nose. I have a lot of sinus issues. So if I'm using tissues, I go through boxes and boxes and boxes of tissues. Or I can use a reusable cloth handkerchief that I chuck through the wash and it's all washed. Now you can wash it by hand separately before it goes into the washing machine. That's fine. But no trees were cut down for me to be able to use that handkerchief, and I can reuse it again and again and again and again and again and again and again until it falls apart. Now, I've got a man-sized handkerchief there because I have a lot of sinus issues. What else is on the clothesline then? I've got Moby Bodie? They're reusable sanitary napkins, basically, in the form of underwear. These things are brilliant. They have saved me a fortune in sanitary napkins. Now, I know this isn't a conversation that the guys want to hear, but once a month we ladies need something to absorb a lot of liquid. How's that putting it delicately enough? These reusable underwear are fantastic. They are brilliant. Yes, you need to change them regularly so that you can actually keep yourself sanitized and clean and not having a bit of a smell. But if you're using a sanitary napkin or a tampon, you need to change that regularly too. Yes, they're a little bit more inconvenient and you have to find a few ways around that. And you could potentially use a snap lock bag or something like that if you're at work. Rinse it out in the basin at work, which could sound a bit disgusting. It could be a bit disgusting. But putting it in a Ziploc bag and taking it home to rinse out, it's not a huge drama. Yes, it's a bit more inconvenient, but it's real action on climate change. It's taking real action to save this planet. Now I know, one person, what difference is one person going to make? Well, I answer that question with, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How does a journey of 1,000 miles start? One step at a time. One load of washing at a time is how we can start beating climate change. One thing at a time. Just change one thing. Make one thing a little bit different. There's another thing up here. Now, not everybody milks goats, I know. But a lot of people that do milk goats, they use paper towels to wash down the udders. I use reusable cloth that I then sanitized by heating them up over 95 degrees and washing them. And then I hang them out in the line and they get UV sterilized by the sun. It's brilliant. There's things that we can do to stop climate change. But it comes down to us as consumers, us as the population. What are we going to do? What are we going to buy? What are we going to shop at? The other thing that my washing shows as well is I use a laundry detergent from Modere, which is environmentally friendly. It's biodegradable. And it's actually pretty economic too. So this is my laundry powder. I love my laundry powder. I've been using this stuff for decades. Oh, sorry, focus that in a bit. So yeah, with no added phosphates. It's one of the part of the Live Clean range that Modere have got. All of Modere products are Live Clean. They're getting rid of all the nasties and the toxic ingredients, and they have been for decades. Decades, guys. All I use is, for my washing, if it's incredibly grubby because I've been out of the paddock doing stuff with the chickens on the goats, I use 2 little scoops. It's about just over a teaspoon. For Jonathan's wash, I use a teaspoon, and I've been using it on him since he was a newborn baby. Half a scoop I've been using with him. With my goat cloths, I use 1 scoop. For Matthew's clothes, they don't get too grubby. I use 1 scoop. Yes, it comes with a big scoop, but you don't need the big scoop. This is the big scoop it comes with. Honestly, guys, this box lasts me a very, very long time. So it comes with this ginormous scoop, but you don't need that big a scoop. I use about 5 grams of wash. It's a kilo box. It's about 200 washes in that box. But it's biodegradable. And I've got to be careful what I have in my washing powder and my detergents and all that sort of stuff, because my grey water is dealt with on the property. I don't have town septic, I don't have town sewage, I have to deal with all my own wastewater. So it goes out onto my gardens. It grows trees, which is another way to fight climate change. Plant a garden, grow something. Guys, we can make an effort. We can change climate by our actions. Not expecting the government to do something, because if you expect the government to do it, I'm going to ask you one question. What has the government managed well? Just think about it for a minute. Name me one thing. Put it in the comments if you come up with something, because I've been thinking about it for a while and I can't think of anything. If we want to change the climate, we need to change where our money goes. What kind of food we eat, what kind of products we buy, what kind of things we eat, where we go, what we do. You and I can take real action on climate change, and we can help prevent and stop climate change. Now, I know my washing's not exactly what you'd call hip and trendy. Yes, most of this is clothes that I wear around the farm. I don't wear my good clothes out milking the goats. It gets grubby. I don't use it when I'm picking up the chicks. I'm playing with the ducks. I really don't. But look at them. I mean, really. These are 3-week-old chicks. They're out on grass. Chickens you buy in the shops, they don't live like this. They spend their entire life in little boxes and never see the sun. They never see a blade of grass. These little chicks are happy chicks. Happy, happy chicks. And I just had some ducklings hatch. And I got goats that are about to be born. Now, not everyone can do that. Mind you, most people can have a chicken, even if they have it in a canary cage with hay at the bottom of it or sawdust, for laying eggs. You don't need to buy your eggs at the shops, guys. There's my little duck, my Muscovy duck. Muscovy ducks are fantastic. Really great even in an urban setting. Males and females are incredibly quiet. But check these out. Check these little gorgeous things out. These beautiful little ducklings have just hatched today. Like, I haven't disturb them at all other than coming to say hello to them. Look at that, Mum's keeping them warm. This is a Muscovy duck. They're so quiet. Love Muscovy ducks. But the little ducklings are great. They're wonderful. Another mummy duck on some eggs. And another mummy duck over there and some eggs. And over the other side of that fence is a goat getting cranky. Saying, where's my afternoon tea? Where's my dinner? But yet we can take real action on climate. We can actually do stuff as consumers. We can plant gardens. I've got aquaponics. I've got lots of aquaponics. I grow my own veggies. Not all of them. Not even close to normal, all of them actually. A very small portion of it. I've got videos that go through my aquaponics so you can see how you can grow your own food. These beds have only been recently planted up. Like here we've got a garden. We've got pineapples, raspberries, when it actually comes. It's good. I've got a cucumber planted there. Some nasturtiums, a passion fruit vine. It's a bit sad at the moment. More ducks. Oh, listen to that. That's a Muscovy drake. That's as loud as these guys get. Perfect in a suburban backyard. Make your own baby ducklings. But look at this. Look, check out my celery. I don't have to pay $3 for a couple of stalks of celery that Wilson dies in 5 minutes by the time you get it home. I come downstairs, I pick it fresh. My rainbow chard, same. I don't have to pay $5 for 4 stalks. Spinach, chives. That spinach has gone to seed, but you get that, you can't have everything. Over here, got some collards, some kale, more chives, some lettuces. No food miles on these guys, no food miles at all. Some shallots. Yeah, shallots grow very big in aquaponics. But come on, don't expect the government to do something. The government can't do something. We have to do something. We have to change where we're buying our food. We have to change what we're eating. We need to start being more responsible for our own food. I've got some pandana leaf here. I've got some brahmi, great for brain function. Some capsicum growing, some marshmallow, some chocolate mint. Oh, I hope it goes well. Some beetroot over there. I need to plant some more. Some basil. Oh, I love basil. I've got some squash coming up here. But we need to start taking action. It's not the government that takes the action. It's the people. Because the government can't change what we buy except for by taxing it and making it cost more. Like they did with cigarettes. They made them more expensive. They put taxes on them, so they cost more. Did it stop people smoking? Oh, maybe some of them. But it made the rest of them just complain and moan and groan. And that was the government trying to help. It didn't help. And they can't just criminalise everything. It's ridiculous. We need to start taking real action. Look at these are Bantams. Now, their eggs are really small. You don't have Bantams for eggs. These guys are actually being babysat. I'm chicken sitting for someone. They're very cute, but they don't produce very big eggs. They're really ridiculously small eggs and very hard to crack too because they're so small. Oh, look, duckling. Ducklings out. Sorry. But we can take action. We can do stuff to change climate. We can have an impact. Use less electricity. Use less energy. Produce more of your own things. It's going to cost you less. It'll make you healthier. It'll help you be more relaxed. Let's take real action on climate change. Let's do something. Let's make a difference. Don't just be one of those people that go to the strike meetings or click like on Facebook. Take real action on climate change. We've only got one planet. And whether you believe in climate change or not isn't relevant. We've still only got one planet to live on. And we need to look after it. We need to protect it. We need to clean up our nest. Keep our planet tidy. Yeah, my garden's a bit sad at the moment. We haven't had a lot of rain. But at least I have a garden. Oh, look at that. Longevity spinach. And some more rainbow chard. Lots of nasturtiums. Some meadow flowers. A dead calendula. Oh, some sage. Got some comfrey down there. Some Queensland spinach. Or island spinach, it's sometimes referred to. This is just a cutting I've only just put in, so it's a bit sad still. Give it a few months and it'll be amazing. But come on, let's take real action to protect and look after our planet, to look after our environment. You want to have clean air. And it's only going to happen if we, the people, actually start changing the way we behave. If we start eating ethically grown food, it's better for us, it's better for the animals, it's better for the gardens, it's better for the environment. It's better for your health. It just decreases your stress when you're out gardening. Pulling out all those weeds. Someone drove you nutty at work, pull out some weeds. Check out those chickies, they're so cute. These little guys were hatched here and will live most of their life here. I may actually end up selling these ones. So I've got enough chickens at the moment. Produce all the eggs that we need. I just love watching the little chicks. I love hatching chicks. Love new life on the farm. And I've only got 3.5 acres. I haven't got a huge farm. It's more a homestead or a hobby farm. But did you know, roosters, when they're hatched in a commercial hatchery, they mince them on day one. So they sex them and they mince them on day one. My roosters have a decent life. Not as long as the girls, not as long as the hens, I will admit. And I do sell them, or I stick them in my own freezer. At least that's the plan. I haven't quite got to it yet. I'm not very good at processing chickens. But if I'm going to eat meat, I really should be a part of the process of growing it and raising it. And I love it. I love watching these animals. I love being able to look after them and providing them a good life. Now, I've got an IT and multimedia degree. This isn't what I'm trained to do. I've chosen to do this. It's the lifestyle. That's good fun. Anyway, I'm sure I'm going to get comments in the comment section below. By all means. And if you can think of something the government manages well, leave it below. I know I can think of one thing particularly at the moment that the government does not manage well, and that is putting freeways through the Eagleby wetlands. They are trying to put a 6-lane freeway through the middle of the Eagleby wetlands. I'm going to leave a link up here to a channel that is working to save the wetlands. There are over 200 different species of birds alone that live in these wetlands. 60 of them are endangered and many of them are migratory. If you can sign the petition and check out our alternative route. We've given them an alternative that'll actually solve the problem and solve quite a few problems. Hopefully they take it up, but we'll just see whether the government manages that well. Anyway, have a great day. Any comments, questions or suggestions, leave them below. And grow something. Wash something by hand. Yeah, you don't have to get a goat. You don't have to get chickens. You don't have to get ducks. But wash things by... Put your things on the clothesline and dry them. Use hankies. Anyway, I'll leave a link down below to the reusable sanitary undies. I'm not paid by them. Modere, I am a social marketer. Although if I don't put an order in, I don't get any money from that either. But I'll leave a link down below for that too. If you want to get any laundry powder or any other personal care items. I love them. I've been using them for years. They're great for my garden. Except for parts of the garden that I don't use it on, which is where I don't water. Because we don't use a lot of water. But yeah, I'll leave a link down the bottom. And with your first order, you get $10 off. Yeah. But I'll leave a link down the bottom for that. Anyway, have a great day. Bless you.